So, Joey, now that you've done the WildFit challenge, you only eat the healthiest food, have no trouble switching the seasons, and are generally perfect, right? Ha, no. So, how's it been since I did WildFit? Well, I've had my ups and downs, but generally it was really good. Now, November 16th was my birthday, so in advance I decided that for 1 week that week I was going to go all out. All of the sugar, all of the pie, ordering in, everything that I felt like for that 1 week. Just treating myself for a little bit because it's all doom and gloom outside anyway, so why not, right? And people always say, you've got to treat yourself. It shouldn't all be so serious all the time. You have to treat yourself every once in a while. And so I did. And this was all well and good. I was enjoying myself, eating everything I felt like, doing whatever I felt like. And then around day 4, I started to notice that I was actually feeling very sad. Now, that's not what you would expect in a week of birthday celebrations. And it wasn't just that day. I noticed that I had actually been feeling sad for a couple of days. I ignored it at first, just kept going. I felt sad, so why not eat more of the stuff that makes me feel better? But I kept feeling bad, and I didn't know why until I finally sat down to journal. I just started writing about, okay, how am I feeling and what is causing this, what is coming up? And nothing came up, except I'd been feeding my body the most crappy stuff for 4 days. So as it turns out, the reason I felt sad was because I was eating everything that I felt like eating. Well, but at least it tasted good, right? Well, so but then when you realized this, you stopped, right? Also, no. So what did I learn from all of this? People often say you gotta treat yourself every once in a while. Life should be fun. But what Eric says to that is it's good to treat yourself, but how do you treat yourself? Treating yourself by giving your body all sorts of stuff that isn't good for you and that doesn't even really taste that good, just because you're often trying to modulate how you're feeling, might not actually be that much of a treat at all. We've all learned to change our emotional state by eating, and food can be really effective at changing how you're feeling. However, this is mostly in the short term. So if I have that chocolate that I love that makes me feel better, then it makes me feel better. What you find out by learning more about the food timeline and how food actually behaves and makes you feel is that it makes you feel better when you decide to eat it. When you're actually eating it, it doesn't really make you feel. It may taste good. It may not even taste that good if you're really tasting it properly. And after 1 or 2 bites, often you don't taste it anymore. You just keep eating. In the end, you can end up feeling a lot worse afterwards, maybe in half an hour after. But often you don't notice the correlation between the two. All that to say is that if something makes you feel good in the moment, but then makes you feel bad shortly after and for a longer term after, is it really worth it? It is treating yourself, but how is it treating yourself? It's not treating yourself well. And of course, there's degrees to this. One thing on its own is probably fine, but I found that, at least for me, one thing can quickly snowball into lots of things, making me feel worse, making me eat more of those things, making me feel even worse, and it can quickly spiral out of control. So what does this all mean for the future? Well, in short, I don't really know yet. This little experiment in eating dysfunctional foods has taught me a lot though. I've learned a whole lot more about how I react to certain foods, what my weak spots are, when I'm most likely to crave these types of foods, and what is causing that. A lot of it is still linked to emotional hunger, so emotional eating, but I have not yet figured out perfect ways to deal with that. I did also figure out that I need to reassess my living wild fit ideas. I need to change the food ratios that I currently have to be more what I can actually do versus what I think I should have to do to eat perfectly. I need to set myself up for success more instead of just wanting to be perfect right from the get-go. All of that's not to say that WildFit does not work. WildFit works. Without WildFit, I would have just been eating crap and just continued eating crap, feeling bad about it and not knowing what to do. Now I had the tools to really assess what was happening, why I was eating foods, while I was eating foods, after eating the foods, and I could figure out more what was happening. And so in the future, I can make better decisions based on that data instead of just eating crap, feeling bad about it and continuing to eat crap. I do plan on going through the WILDFIT program in its entirety again, though, to really get more comfortable with the principles and to learn even more about my food decisions and hungers and stuff like that. As luck would have it, I'm giving a pilot class in January anyway, so I just plan on going through WILDFIT together with my coaching classes. Every time learning more, getting a little bit better until I can dream WILDFIT. Hashtag WILDFIT dreams. Anyway, that's all for me right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to follow along with my Vlogmas videos, then please click subscribe. Like the video if you liked it, and I will see you tomorrow.